say Jesus is the only atonement that God accepts from human being. I emphasize several times that God is the one who set the rule. And when God said this is the only way, it means the only way. We can try to tell God, oh, can I use another way? This way, that way? God said no. Every way cannot bring your salvation. Any way cannot save you from sin. And why God said this is the only way? Because this is God, He Himself paid the price. Our sin costs so much. And we cannot pay it ourselves. That's the whole reason that why God paid for us. Because it costs too much. How we pay the price of our sin? We go to hell and stay there forever. And we never come out. And that's the price to pay. So we cannot pay for it, because if we pay that price, it means that we never have a chance to come out. So this is why God offered to pay for us. And you say that the question is, did God go to hell? Oh yes, the Bible said Jesus went to that place 3 days. Our 3 days, you know that in hell, in heaven, there's no time. It's forever too. And what Jesus, why he go there? To pay the price for our sin. The Bible says that when Jesus went there, he preached the good news to anyone who born before him. So anyone who born before Jesus have a chance to listen to salvation about the good news. So the book of 1 Peter say that Jesus went down there to preach the good news to those spirits. And in Matthew chapter 27 say that when Jesus come back to life, he bring those people out with him. Anyone who believe in Jesus come out from that hell, that place. They get a chance to. And because Jesus is God, after he paid the price, he can claim back his life because he is God too. And that's why only God can do that, because he can come out of hell. He can come out of that dead city. Man cannot come out. So God knows that when he paid the price, he can come out and save us. That's why he the only one who can pay the price and can come out alive. Man will never come out of that place. If we don't take Jesus' offer, we will go to hell and live there forever. But if we accept Jesus' offer, he paid for us and he can come out. That's why he said that I am the only way. I am the only one who can do it. Nobody can do it. You can go to any religion in this world, and any religion say that you need to save yourself. Nobody can save you, because all human beings cannot save each other. Only God can save us. This is why this is the only way. And some people say that, well, I should try my way first. Well, if they don't accept Jesus while they're alive, when they die, there's no second chance. It's too late now. After they go to hell, you cannot change your mind. It's done. So they need to make the decision now. So to believe in Jesus, somebody compared this way. It's like you buy life insurance. You buy it before you die. You cannot wait until you die and you can buy life insurance. It's too late now. So when you're young, you buy a lot. So when you die, your children have some money. Don't say that, well, I still waiting, still thinking. Until I die first, I will buy some. You cannot do that anymore. Too late. So to believe in Jesus is like you buy life insurance for your future, for your spirit. You believe in Jesus, you buy future life insurance, salvation. If you believe that Jesus offered the best deal, buy it now. Believe in him. If you don't buy it, it's too late. Now, another question that go all the way to what man think is, can I save myself? This is why a lot of religions offer man to do good deeds, keep precept, help people, and do all the good things. They call you accumulate all the good deeds to save you from hell. But good thing and bad thing are two departments. They're not the same thing. The Asian always believe that like you put one side of the scale of good thing, another side of the scale with bad thing. At least you can balance that. Or do a lot of good deeds, your scale can go on the good side, but the bad side is still there. And in fact, most men, or I think every man, we did bad thing more than good thing. From birth to death, we did mostly bad thing. Every day we did bad thing. And how many good things we did the whole life? Not much. But still, good thing and bad thing are not the same thing. Every religion teach this way. If you do good thing all your life, you give to the poor, you share money, you do charity, you help volunteer whole life, but one day you kill someone. You think that all your good thing can save you from jail? No. You kill someone, you go to jail, or worse, they kill you. Can you say that my whole life I do all good thing, I just make one mistake, forgive me? No, they say that your good thing is good, but your bad thing you have to pay for it. So this is the same thing as doing good, try to save ourselves from hell, from sin. It's not the same department. The whole life, what you did good, and the bad thing, the whole life, you have to pay for it. So man cannot save himself by doing good things. Man cannot atone himself by charity. You know that a lot of Thai people in the past, they do good thing this way. Their whole life they do bad thing, like a thief. They stole, they rob, they kill a lot of people. In the end, they build a temple. They say that, so I atone myself from my bad thing all my life. The temple still stand, but you believe me, the guy go to hell. And another famous temple in Bangkok, Thailand, built by, well, she is the one who take young women to sell as prostitute and run the brothel. She make a lot of money, but she know that she is a big sinner. She take all the young girls to sell as prostitute. At the end, when she give a big sum of money to build a temple in Bangkok. She said that so I can save myself from hell by building a temple. The temple still stand in Bangkok. In the past, we call that the name of the temple is money from prostitute in the past. But today they changed the name of the temple because they don't want people to know that this temple built by the money from the prostitute. So that old lady cannot save herself by building a temple. Her sin still follow her to death, to hell. But a lot of people still think that by building temple, by helping monk, feeding the poor can save them from hell. No, good thing and bad thing are two different things. Nobody can do good enough to save themselves from sin. from hell. It's good to do good things, to share, to help poor people. But how about all the bad things we did our whole life? And we go back to the same answer that who can save us, who can help us. And as I told earlier that when we tell a lot of our friends and family that, well, you don't need to do anything, just accept Jesus and everything free, foundation from God. Well, I try to tell people it's not free. It costs a lot of money. It costs so much. And we cannot pay for it, but God paid for us by grace. He loved us. He paid for us. So we need to go back. It's nothing free. All our mistake is not free. Somebody have to pay for it. But because we cannot pay for it, and I said earlier that if we try to pay for it, it means that we go to hell forever, never come out, no chance to be saved. This is why we need to get offer from God to pay for us. Jesus paid for us, died for us, go to hell for us. But because He is God, He can come out, He can come back. But we are not God. If we go to hell, we stay there forever. We cannot come out. So if we try to save ourselves, we will fail. But by the love of God, God paid the price for us. The whole point is, will you accept it or not? Or will our family, our friend accept it or not? If we are in big debt, America, we adopt something from the Bible teaching. In America, we start the idea many years ago that we can file for bankruptcy. When we have too much debt, we cannot pay off. We file for bankruptcy. And we can start all over again. And when we file for bankruptcy, who pay for our debt? Somebody still have to pay for it. A lot of time the bank lose money. Our creditor pay for it. Nothing free. Somebody still have to pay for it. But we have a second chance to start all over. This idea comes from the Bible. You know that in all Asian countries, we don't have this law. Thailand just adopted this law a few years ago. The chance to file for bankruptcy and start all over. In the past, in Thailand, if you have a lot of debt, you have two options. First, people come and kill you. Secondly, you run away to save your life. So that's only two options. But now you have the third option, file for bankruptcy. This is something new from the Bible. America adopted this many years ago. But nothing free. Somebody still have to pay the price. But in the idea of our sin, the Bible says God will pay the price for us if we accept His offer. It's too expensive for us, but we have a second chance if we accept God's offer. And here some steps that the Bible tells us that the 5 steps of reconciliation or atonement that come back to make it right with God, to accept that offer. The first step is confess our sin. The first step is to acknowledge that we are sinners. We do bad things. A lot of people don't accept that, don't say that. Like a lot of Asians say that, oh, I do a little bit mistake. I am not a sinner. So nothing to confess. This is the first step. If we don't accept that we make mistake, God cannot forgive us. So this is the first step. Confess, accept that we make mistake. And we need to accept our mistake. Contrition. Contrition means that we feel sorry for the mistake. Now, this is the important step. A lot of people say, I'm sorry, but they're not really sorry. Contrition means that we really feel bad about our mistake. We feel sorry for the one we hurt. And we feel sorry that everything bad happened. This is the second step. We accept it, and then we feel sorry for the mistake that happened. We need to feel sorry for our sin, our mistake. This is the second step. The third step, conversion. Want to change. Want to change. Want to make it right. This is the third step that's important. Conversion. Conversion in the Greek really means that you walk, you turn. It's like when you drive a car one way and you make a U-turn. Conversion is that U-turn. Change your life. You want to change it completely. Conversion. And the fourth step means that pay the price. Sometimes that I say God accept the symbol, animal, offering that we can give to show that we pay the price. But in our life, the real sin, we need to accept what God offered for us. We cannot pay it ourselves. By the grace of God, Jesus paid the price to compensate our sin for us. Consecration. This means that we become God's children again. We go back to the stage that God made us. Before sin, Adam is clean, holy, but sin make him dirty. When we accept Jesus, we went through the process, and then God make us clean again. And God accept us. And I say that it's not mean that no more mistake. The mistake's still there, but God changed our position. God accept us back to be his son, his children again. And this is the very important step. We come back to have good relationship with God again, because by his grace, he accept us, the broken one, to be his children again. So this is the first step that the Bible teaches. It will happen. When we come back to God, we accept his offer of his help, and we can have a good relationship with God again. But don't stop here. A lot of people say that, now God forgive me, I am okay now. It's not stop there. This is just the beginning. We need to start building our relationship back to God, to get close to God again. Don't stop there. A lot of Christians stop at the day they're born again, but don't stop there. When God takes us back, we have a chance to build relationship, get closer to God again. It's not stop there on day one. This is why a lot of people stop here, and Paul called them baby. We're born here, but we need to grow up. We need to grow up to be a mature believer, meaning that obey God more, serving God more, helping other people more. That means we're growing. God wants to see us grow. Start with relationship, but the relationship with God needs to go deeper, stronger every day. You know that one day we're going to be with God forever. And we don't want to be stranger. We want to be very close with our God. And here on this page, I talk about most religions will have teach about how to atone, mean that to get away from the mistake. And every religion know that what we can do, and a lot of religion will teach us a lot of things we cannot do. Something we can do to pay the price, but it to the limitation that we cannot do everything to pay the price, because the ultimate price that we have to pay is our lives, our soul. If we pay that, it means that we end up in hell forever. So what the use? We go bankrupt. We cannot save ourselves. So the whole point of atonement is pay back our mistake and still have the second chance. But if we try to do it ourselves, we will never have a second chance because we end up in hell forever. But if we take God's offer, we have a second chance to start a new life again. And this is the whole thing about atonement. To make it right again, to get away from mistake and from sin, to start all over. How to do it? Try it ourselves or get offer from God to help us. That only two options. Okay, I will stop the lecture here and come back to you for question and reflection. When you read through the note, you will get more deeper idea of thinking. I just go in general idea about what the lecture notes is all about. I hope that after this lecture, you get better idea about atonement, salvation, Christianity, teaching. Any reflection or question concerning this topic?
I do, Ajahn.
Yeah, Tian.
So go back to the sample that you're giving us. Like in Thailand, there's a couple of notorious people who did all the bad things, kill, rob, and steal. And at the end of their life, they build a temple, right?
Yes.
And the other example is, the lady who did, sell, do the human trafficking, for the prostitution. Sorry. So and they, at the end they built a temple. So they did similar thing. For us, what if those two people, instead of they build a temple, they did 5 things that you just mentioned in your note, to confess, excuse me, to confess and believe in God. Will they be accepted and be in heaven?
Yes, according to the Bible, if they went through that 5 steps, God will forgive them and they will have a second chance. As I said before, that little sin, small sin, big sin is sin for God. So no sin that cannot be forgiven if they go through the step to accept Jesus' offer.
The difference that from the sample, it means no matter what they did in the past or how bad they have done, the difference between the Christian and other religion is that they cannot really do it good themselves. They have to come back to God and follow that 5 steps in order to be reconciled with atonement with God. Is that, can we say that simply?
Because the real teaching is God make all human beings, and God is the one who make us and can save us. Nobody else can save us because they're not making us. You see that all religions in this world start by Satan. Satan is the angel, the servant of God, who tried to lie to man that man can save themselves by all kind of religion. That is not from God. Satan tried to trick man that you can save yourself. But you see what's end up with Satan. Satan cannot save himself too. So answer your question, Chian.
Yes, you did. I just try to emphasize on the things at the end of the difference between what we believe and what they believe, regardless of what they have done in the past. Yes, you did. Thank you.
Yeah, as I say that all good thing that man did is just a symbol. It cannot change what they have done. Like all the Old Testament, sacrifice animal, do all the good thing. It's just a symbol. They cannot change the past. It's the same thing today. If we make a mistake and we go to jail, that we change the past? No, we just do something as a symbol that we feel sorry, we pay the price. But we cannot change the past. But now, why when we accept Jesus, it's a big different thing. Well, the big different thing is because Jesus is God and he set the rule and he accept it. So when God is the one who start the rule, he accept it. And he say that this is the way I accept it. We need to obey that. God is the law. God is the rule. God is the one who make us. And this is what he accept. So we need to obey what he accept. And nobody else can set a new rule because they are not God. All kind of religion try to set a new rule, new way. But when God don't accept that, it's meaningless, it's useless.
Ajahn?
Yes.
So you said that without Christ, the past cannot be changed. The past is the past. But by accepting Christ, the past will be forgiven or will be changed into good.
Yes, because the promise that when Jesus will make us a new creature, it completes one day when Jesus come back. Right now, we just have the spirit part that new, but the body, the mind still old, waiting for the time that we will be completely changed one day. One day. But I don't know when that day will come. A lot of Christians have been waiting for 2,000 years. And Peter asked Jesus, why is that long? Jesus said that all the one that have been chosen is not fulfilled yet. The number is not fulfilled yet. Well, I thank God for that. If not, a lot of us will have no chance. If Jesus fulfilled his promise 1,000 years ago, we have no chance.
And how many he's supposed to be bringing with him? How many?
Well, if you look at what John see in the Revelation, it maybe billions of people. That's a good news, a lot. So that includes you and me and our family too. Anything else that you want for this topic? Yeah, Poon.
อาจารย์ครับบางครั้งผมเคยเป็นพยานให้พี่น้องนะที่อาจารย์บอกว่าถ้าเมื่อชีวิตเก่าที่เราทำเมื่อก่อนใช่ไหมเราเคยทำผิดเมื่อเรามารับพระเจ้าแล้วทุกอย่างนั้นพระเจ้าจะให้อภัยเราแล้วถ้าตั้งแต่เริ่มวันเรารับเชื้อพระเจ้าถ้าเราทำผิดอีกสิ่งนั้นก็จะเติมเพิ่มเข้าอีกผิดหรือถูกที่ผมทำอย่างนี้พูดอย่างนี้ครับ
Poon question is, God forgive our past, but after you born again, you still do the same mistake. It's similar to what Farm asked. The answer, two ways. The first one that the answer Farm is, even we born again spiritually, body is still in sin. Body still can sin, but this is physical sin. How Christians pay for that? You see that if Christians who born again and still sin in body, our body paid until the day we die. Like we get sick, we get ill, we get old, and we die. The body still pay until the day we die. Normal, like all non-believer, our body is still not saved, so our body still pay the price for sin. But the spirit don't pay anymore. You remember when King David commit adultery and kill Uriah? God sent the prophet Nathan to David and said that God forgive you. You will not die, but the sin that you make will follow you until the day you die. So David commit adultery one time. His son will commit adultery 10 times. To his wife, 10 wives. You kill one, David's son will kill each other. 4 of them will got killed. 4 sons of David got killed. And the problem will stay in David's family until the day David died. That his body paid the price. And a lot of us ignore that. Even we become Christian, if we don't control our body can sin and can suffer until the day we die. I have seen that God punish Christian body by make them sick or make them go through a lot of difficult things. And sometimes God even take the life to stop them. And the Bible have many examples. Paul mentioned one time in the book of Corinthians, one of the leaders take his father's wife to be his wife.